All right, we'll move on
Your game.
to my game of the week.
Your game,
We're not
buddy.
getting Sean's this week. You'll get it next week when we do our post game. I had the Texans and Colts, and
This was a
boy,
good game.
was
I
it a
was
fantastic game down to
this
the
was
wire.
this was on red zone a lot, and I was happy.
Oh, it was beautiful. I mean, and for as much as Anthony Richardson hasn't played, for as rusty and kind of out of chemistry as he seemed, Anthony Richardson was throwing bombs. He led in almost every single category. He was first in throws in
Welcome
tight
back.
windows. Hey, welcome back, Tommy.
Hey, I'm
You good?
back. I'm back. Do I sound good and everything like that? Am
Good.
I all
All
okay?
good.
All right.
We were just talking about the Texans and the Colts and how good Anthony Richardson looked. I mean, there's a lot of people on Twitter that are talking shit on him, but first in tight window throws, first in air yards attempted, first in this, ninth in this. Like he was top 10 in 5 different quarterback categories for statistics. And going 9 for 19, I think it was like didn't
Yeah.
complete a whole lot of passes, but there was 2 touchdowns, so that's 2 passes that should have been caught that he just kind of airmailed by like a yard and a half.
Hmm.
Both to Adonai Mitchell, who should have had a better day. Like that chemistry, he stays healthy.
Yeah.
That chemistry stays, it's better, and they are winning games. He's clearly already got the chemistry with Alec Pierce, white boy Alec Pierce out there getting some yards. Don't know how that happens, but then you also have Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. Like Colts team, get some chemistry in. Everybody stays healthy. Going to be a little bit scary of a team.
Yeah,
Going
Colts
to be
the
scary of a
Colts
team.
looked really really good, I thought, and I think they need to establish like that winning culture that the Chiefs have. If we're down late, we don't give a fuck. We're gonna find a way to win this game. And I think that the Colts are a team that's just right there. They're fucking close. They're young, but the young guys like you had just mentioned with Richardson and the others, like they're so close. They're so close. And they ran into a fucking buzzsaw that was Houston and is Houston.
It now was we hadn't talked about Houston yet. CJ Stroud is picking
Yeah, yeah,
up
yeah.
where he
Look,
left off.
I,
Oh
I
yeah,
want
yeah.
to say this about Anthony Richardson and the Colts organization. They cannot treat this man like Andrew Luck.
No, no, you
No, you
have to keep
can't.
that offensive
I
line
think they've learned their
in hand.
lesson. I think they've learned
Have
their
they?
lesson.
It's
Have
not
they?
it's not the offensive line's fault that Anthony Richardson got injured last year. It was Anthony Richardson's
No.
fault that he
Yeah.
got injured by trying to do too much. That's
That
one
touchdown
thing
he
is
scored, he almost fucking hurt himself.
I was
Like,
about to
yeah,
say
like
this. He still had 6 carries for 50-something yards and a touchdown, and I think someone somewhere in that organization needs to tell
needs to
him
have a
to
conversation.
chill out.
Needs
oh,
to have a
I mean, yeah,
conversation.
It's a
everyone
real
gets like
thing.
this when he runs
He's
the
only
ball, you
played
know.
how 18 games now since high school or whatever the stupid
Yep.
stat is. Like
I don't
it's
give a
a
fuck
real
about that.
thing. You need to baby this guy. You have to take care of him.
Some guys are just made of glass, man, and you can't really fucking do anything about it, but you
But
got
a
to use
guy
them
this dynamic, you
until you
need
can't
to
use
keep
them.
on the field. Like this
Yeah.
this Colts, as much as I have talked shit on this Colts team, they got a shot to do some damage if Anthony Richardson is their quarterback.
Yeah.
They've got a big shot to do something. I don't know if it's win a Super Bowl. I think it's going to take them some
Damage. I
time.
think
If they can
one or
compete.
two playoff wins is what we're talking about
Yeah,
ceiling
yeah, yeah,
wise.
yeah. And they're in a tough division. Like that AFC South, for as bad as they were for a number of years, that
Oh
they're
no.
all good,
I mean, whenever they
all good.
play, when they play each
No,
other
the
again later this year,
Jags
it's
aren't
gonna
good.
be probably
Stop.
like that'll be the game of the week for sure for somebody next time they play.
Yeah, no, it will be, and
The
man,
Jags are the Saints of our conference, so shut up.
The Jags are the
oh
Saints of
man,
the AFC. Eh,
fair enough.
I don't disagree with that comment. Oh,
I want to talk about the Colts a little bit because or sorry, the Texans, because that is a
They're fun,
scary team.
buddy. They're fun.
They're scary. That is a
yeah.
very fun team. For some reason, Stephon Diggs is a captain in that locker room. We'll see how that plays out. We talked about that early on, or late on in the preseason. Um,
Look,
whether
look. If the teammates are in that decision making process,
which they
like
are,
if they made that decision, dude, why question it?
I'm not questioning
If
it. They
he's
made him their
gelling
leader.
that
That's
well with the
fine.
team, like look, I mean,
Yeah.
He
he's
was a captain in Buffalo as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Look how
He's
that turned out.
expressing himself. He's allowed to go to the fashion show week and all that shit. He's expressing himself.
Hit him. That's a fine.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's
All the
not that.
track.
Tommy might lead us in fines this year, guys.
Let's
He's already
go.
caught up to me
Put it
so
in the bucket.
far.
The hey, the Raiders usually lead the league in flags, so that I'm not too far off there as someone following my team.
It tracks.
Yeah,
tracks.
it does track.
Where the fuck were we?
I don't fucking
we're talking
know.
about Diva Stephon
Weapons.
Diggs.
Oh yeah,
Weapons
Good
out the
Lord.
wazoo. I think their offensive line is better than I think you were talking shit on them at some point, Ty Bob.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, we'll see if it
They got
pans
Laremy
out with
Tunsil.
Stephon Diggs. We'll see if it pans out for Stephon Diggs. He could end up being a diva and messing up that locker room.
But
Maybe he doesn't.
It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it.
He was fine in week 1 last year too.
And if he does, like if he
and then they implode.
Got Nico Collins and Tank Dell, but like behind him, I don't think that
I'm
being
not
upset is going to really ruin what they got going.
I thought they were going to
Unless
use
it
Nico
ruins
Collins
chemistry.
a little bit more, and it pissed me off.
And it's week 1. It's week 1. Give it some time. Give it some time. He'll get his, and Stephon Diggs will be mad that he's not getting his targets, and then there will be a rift, and it'll be Buffalo all over again.
There could be, or they could just be feeding Stephon Diggs all year, like what he really, really wanted in Buffalo, and he'll be fine. Maybe the Texans are like, just keep this motherfucker happy. Just feed him the football.
You only have him for this season, so it's fine. Just make him happy.
All he needs to be is a one hit wonder there, anyways. Because I mean, in reality, the only other team that has an opportunity a lot more slim than the Ravens is probably the Texans after week 1.
Well, and listen,
another good combination of speed and power. The Texans
weapons at every facet. You got Joe Mixon, who's going to shove it down your throat.
Got to tighten up for them to be a real threat. I'm going to be honest, but
yeah, I was going to get, but like defensively or offensively, you've got Joe Mixon who can run it down their throat. He was able to manage the clock all game. You got Tank Dell, who's going to be the speed guy. You got Nico, who can be the number 1, or you got Diggs, who can be the number 1. You still got Dalton Schultz, who's going to be a safety relief guy. Like, they've got safety relief guys out the wazoo. And then you get over the defense, and yes, you're right. They need to tighten it up. But you still have Will Anderson, who's going to rush the quarterback and going to be able to put anybody in a pinch. The DBs are still very, very solid. They have done a very good number down there in Houston, and that is a team that needs to be worried about whoever is playing against them.
I think. Oh, go ahead, Tybo.
Well, I think the secondary of all things on that defense is what really needs to tighten up. I don't think they have a middle backer that really stood out to me when I was watching. But like you said earlier, Anthony Richardson missed some throws. There were guys open all over the field. I don't think their secondary played well at all in that game.
It's week 1.
It's week 1. It's week 1. But at the end of the day, if my offense is that good, as long as I get the ball last, it doesn't fucking matter. It does.
Chiefs.
Like a good coach will see that and just be like, well, fuck, we can try and play good defense, but at the end of the day, if we're gonna score 9 out of 10 drives, like just make sure the 9th drive is the last one and we have the ball.
When you come up against another engine like us, a team that can outbatch that,
I think that can stop.
I think the Texans can match that offensively, but that where they'll run into is a better defense in Kansas City. You guys scored the same amount of points this week, essentially. They scored more than you, I think, by 2, but it doesn't matter. So, like 27 points, 29 points. Like I think the Texans can match you guys offensively, production points wise.
You think this Texans team is going to be better than when Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs were working at their best in Buffalo?
Yeah, because Josh Allen doesn't turn the fucking ball over, or CJ Stroud doesn't turn the ball over like Josh Allen. Sorry, forgive me.
Okay, I was like, whoa.
Double fine. No. CJ Stroud, I think, takes care of the ball.
Stephon Diggs is watching the ceremony in the AFC Championship game, and we win the overtime one. Yeah. Josh Allen didn't necessarily have like a bad turnover year that year.
No.
Talking about that team.
That team? Well, yeah, like he stood there watching them celebrate, and then the next year he acted like a bitch, and they fucking sucked. So like, who's that really on at that point? Who's that really on?
Is
You
this
got to
Houston
do some
Texans
soul
team?
searching. You gotta
Is
do
this
some
Houston
soul
Texans
searching.
team better than that Buffalo Bills team? Is
Yeah,
what I'm
I think they'll take care of the ball a little bit better. I don't know about the defense necessarily. That's going to take time to see if it pans out or not. But offensively, yeah.
asking.
Was Cook the
I
running
don't.
back then?
No,
Who's that
What
running
Bills
back?
I
team
think
are we
they had
talking about?
Devin
Which
Singletary.
year?
The
Sorry.
13 seconds Bills team. Who was the running back on that
Yeah,
team?
I'm.
Oh no.
It was
I'm blanking.
it was like a split duty
It
Yeah,
split.
I
was
just,
it
dude,
wasn't
Devin
Cook.
I
Singletary
think
was
CJ
involved.
Stroud is less of a
Was
liability with the football.
is it no, Zach Moss was in Buffalo or in Indy. Oh, I
Man,
think it might have been Singletary. Either way, not
we
not
sound like
super
idiots.
important,
But
but
I just think, like I said though, I think CJ Stroud is less of a liability when it comes to turnovers than Aaron Rodgers is. Or fuck, dude, god damn it.
that's another fun. Get
That's
him.
definitely
You're having a
another
rough
one.
go of
I'm having a bad night tonight.
it.
That's tough. Josh Allen, he's just less. CJ Stroud takes care of the football in recent memory. Remember, you said it last uh episode. It's a what have you done for me lately league.
It was
And
Devin Singletary.
and lately,
Good talk.
Josh Allen has just been handing the football to the other team.